Hey guys, so this just came from Apple Pig. There's a letter to me or a little note. I probably won't share. I don't know if it's personal. I doubt that it is, but this is from Apple Pig. This is my custom. They asked me months ago if they could, create something for me, or if there's something on their website that I might like. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'd love a custom. And I always wanted to order from Apple Pig. And this was around the time I was very much into B6 Slims, and I was looking for a B6 Slim. And so I believe that's what size this is. Again, it's been months. I am going out of town right now. God, this feels gorgeous. This is a beautiful red. I'm going out of town to watch my nieces play in districts for basketball, and it's a weekend thing. So I'm going to open this so that I can look at it, because I have to know because I'm gonna be gone for 2 days. And then I'm gonna come back and do a whole video on this. Oh, look how cool their little logo is. I love it. And then I get these extra strings. Very cool. Oh, there's two. Oh, that's cool. All right. And I'm kind of sad that I can't stay here and play with this. It's beautiful. It's already just beautiful. Okay. I kind of want to take the sticker off to save it for later. Oh, this is just such a gorgeous red. A gorgeous red. I hope this is coming up on camera. I would have picked better lighting, but I wasn't expecting this in the mail today. And my boyfriend brought this back. He's like, oh, there was a package for you. And I was like, what are you talking about? I haven't bought anything. That's my letter that I will read off camera in a minute. Oh, it's beautiful. Ooh. It smells like leather. Oh, look at the pockets. And I did ask for this back pocket. Snazzy or what? Oh, okay. Yes. All right. We're gonna do some video magic when I get back. Oh, I love the natural markings in here. It's beautiful. And a little Apple Pig. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. You know what? I have like 2 days left of this month of February, and I think I'm going to be setting up my new setup in here now. I'm going to have to order some things to fit in here, but that's okay. Yes, and we will do some video editing magic where when I come back, we'll start setting this up because I have to go to districts. But oh my gosh, this is so cool. Yes. Hey guys, I lost my voice at districts. The girls won, boys took second place. They will both be advancing on to regionals, so go Bobcats. But back to this beautiful, beautiful piece of leather. Okay, so I ended up ordering the red velvet, which is kind of in the middle. There's like 3 different reds at the time I ordered. And on one side of the spectrum, you have, I think it's called Rose Queen, possibly. It's kind of like a brownish red. It's like a deeper brownish red. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you have a leather that's kind of like this color. It's very bright. I think they call it Apple Pig red. It's a very bright red. It's beautiful, but I wanted something kind of in between, which is the red velvet. And that's what leather this is. And it's beautiful. I think it was the perfect decision that I could have made. And I ordered, red on red on red. So red stitching, red elastics, red leather. And I will open this up and show you that the stitching is beautiful, just gorgeous. You can see it all the way around here. Very, very nice. Of course, I ordered a back pocket on here, and I'm just keeping like my schedule for writing in here for right now. So it will definitely house a letter-sized piece of paper in the back here. And I know some people tend to use A4 instead of letter size, but that will fit in here as well because it goes pretty far down there. On the inside, I know that Apple Pig has a layout that's called Tri-Tri, I believe. And on Tri-Tri, they have this pocket with a long pocket like this. And then on the back side, they have like a secretarial pocket, I believe, with a pen loop. But I really only liked this part of the Tri-Tri. I think it's really beautiful. So I asked them to duplicate it in the back. So it has the same one in the back. So in here right now, what I am keeping is this. This is like by Tim Holtz. I think these are journaling cards you can purchase by him. I've laminated them so that I can keep little sticky notes and things on here. Also, I like to keep, you know, little page flags and bookmarks like this. It's easier if you laminate them because when you put like little things like this, it doesn't like pierce the page, if that makes sense, or the paper. So I have that in here. You can just take it out and it's a longer one. So that's this part of the try. And again, you can see the stitching is beautiful on here. I hope I'm in frame. Let me look. Lovely stitching. Over here, these are from Your Creative Studio, the subscription box. It's also on here as well. I will link that down below. I have another journaling card. I'm not sure where I got this one from, but I just have washi tape on here already ready to go so I can peel it off and stick it on the page. You can see if I do it this way, the washi tape is wide enough to go across like the page. If I go this way, it's a little bit shorter, but it still works. And this is, I believe, also from Your Creative Studio. This is a washi tape I ended up getting. I haven't used it yet, but it has the days of the week, so I thought I would try that out in here. Inside, like I showed before, it has 2 elastics. You can go ahead and piggyback them if you want to. I just have one on each individual string. This first one is a life notebook. I will link it down below. I believe you can get them from Jet Pens and Tokyo Pen Shop. Yeah, and again, this paper is from Your Creative Studio subscription box, also on the back. I like that these deeper browns have some kind of red tones in them. So I think it goes nicely. This one is the Pistachio. They also have Vermilion. So with the Pistachio, you get kind of a cream colored paper with green lines. Pick it up so you can see it a little bit better. So it is a square grid, but they also come in lined. And this is going to be my reading journal because I finished my other one. I think I might be able to fit 2 books in here. I can't remember how many pages are actually in here. I'll flash it on the screen if I remember. But I just took this vellum and I repurposed it. You can see that it got a little bit bent, but I think it'll flatten out because I just put it in here. But this is just the index. This picture is from, let's see if I have it. This little like daily calendar, I will link it down below. I got it from Amazon. I just like to cut out the pictures. This is also that washi that I love. They're washi stickers that I get from Amazon. I will link that down below as well. And here's my setup for March. This is just for my reading schedule. So I put the girl in the window, but it's actually the woman in the window. I think it's because there's so many of those. The girl on the train, the girl this, you know, the girl with the dragon tattoo, that I put girl instead of woman. But that is our book club book for March. I'm very excited about that. And we'll have a live stream at the end of the month. I was looking around to see if I have it in here, but it's by my bedside because I read last night. Getting Things Done by David Allen. I bought the book so that I can add notations into it, and I'm going to be, you know, incorporating that into my system throughout the month of March, and maybe I'll have to wait until April. It depends on if I can get this done in a week. But again, this is districts and states, so I don't know how much I'm actually going to get done. But I have a plan, so that's good. Over here, Animal Farm. I love that book. It's only like 141 pages, y'all. 141 pages. So I think that's a really good book that I could probably take and read if I have to switch up. I probably should have put it here instead of, you know, trying to tackle books that are like 300 pages, but I'll figure it out. I want to read another book by David Sedaris. I'm not sure which one. I'm going to look at my library to see what they have. If not, I'll do something online for that. And I'm going to do a reading wrap-up video. I didn't do one last month, but I'm going to try to do that for March. Then I just wrote down my goals for reading here. Like, you know, I have to do stuff for the live stream. I have to do the book club questions, the thumbnail and stuff like that. So things that are associated with my reading went here. But I really do, again, this is another one of those pictures from here I cut out. I like that these like natural pictures have some reddish tones in there, and I think it matches really well. I also went with this Tombow that's kind of a reddish brown. It's number 947. So I don't know, I like the way it turned out. And it matches well. I don't think it clashes because I think people get concerned with red that it's going to clash with everything, but that's just, you know, it's not true. You can totally use a lot of reddish browns and it looks very classy and nice, I think. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. And I'm going to start taking notes because I just started reading that book. Again, this is from Your Creative Studio. They are just the regular paper ones, and I used this, which was also in the February subscription box, to go ahead and use as a tape runner to stick it on there. This is another Tim Holtz journaling card, and this is actually a Moleskine notebook. So I cut off, I think, exactly an inch. What am I saying? Yeah, it's about exactly an inch, as you can see there. So if you cut off an inch off of the bottom of a Moleskine notebook, you will get exactly B6 size. So here, this one is a B6 size notebook, and they're identical in the width. The height is the only difference, and I cut off an inch and it's B6 exactly, which is nice. And then I rounded the corners with this hole punch. I will go ahead and link it down below. I did have some struggles with the back part because the back part is double card stock. Yeah, so I kind of had to like punch it a few times, get the indentation, and then I went ahead and used my Fiskars to kind of cut it. So it's not perfectly round, but I think it will do. Now, the thing I like about these Moleskine notebooks is you can get them in different layouts. So you can get them in blank. This one is lined. You can get them in the square grid and the dot grid now. So I have ordered the square grid and the dot grid. They should be here in a couple of days. It's just like that cream Moleskine paper that we're all used to. And these come in the pack of 3. So I will link them down below as well. And it didn't take much effort. I just used like a metal ruler. This one I ended up, I think, getting from Walmart. And then my Fiskars cutter. And I just slowly worked it until it came off. Easy breezy. So this is, again, another Tim Holtz journaling card. I like that it had some reds in there, so I think it goes nicely in here. Again, nothing's really clashing. So that is what I have on these 2 strings, and I believe this one is going to be used for my vocabulary. I have a couple places I can put it, but I think it would work nicely in here. In the back, slid into this back pocket, that 1/2 of the tri-tri, I just had them duplicate it to the back. I have my B6 Slim Jibun Techo slid into the back, and I was able to keep the cover on here, which I love. That made me so happy. And it fits nicely. Again, this is a B6 Slim, and it fits on here because it's a little bit wider than B6 Slim. It's definitely what I would consider a B6 size. I do have, let me show you. This is my Foxy Fix. This is actual B6 size. This is in the Santa Fe leather. And if you were to line these up, they're exactly the same width. They're just, you know, different in height. So the Foxy Fix is a little bit shorter than this one. And so I love that this is taller because it fits my Jibun Techo, which is a little bit taller, in here perfectly fine. It doesn't stick out at all. Even my tabs fit in here pretty nicely. And I can move them down if I wanted to, but it's just like beautiful. It's like the perfect size. I love it. So again, to let you know, this is, in my mind, it's a B6 instead of a B6 Slim. So you might want to let them know that if you're looking for the same thing, that you want it to be B6 sized. If you're wanting to fit your Jibun Techo in the back. But I didn't have to like struggle fitting this in or anything like that. So this is the Biz version, which is very monochrome. Looks like this. And I love the fact that something that is named Biz, because it's supposed to be more business friendly, looks really nice in here. It doesn't look awkward or like it clashes or anything. It fits so nicely. It's almost like it was meant to go in here, which it is. I wasn't even envisioning fitting this in here because let me find my MD notebooks. Here is the MD notebook with the cover on it, and you can see that it is more narrow as well as not being as tall. And so if you didn't have a cover on here, the actual notebook's going to be even more narrow and a little bit shorter. So this is going to fit in here beautifully. I could actually fit this in here with a cover. Let me see if I can show you in the front, which I was like so excited about, you guys, because this is what I wanted to fit in here to begin with. So it fits in here beautifully with the actual cover because it's so much taller, which makes me very happy. I can actually, this is hilarious. I can fit my MD notebook. This is like 176 pages normally. This is the monthly one, the diary one. So I don't know how many pages are in the back, but normally if you get the one that just has like the lines in it and not the months, it's like 176 pages. But I can fit that in here, 2 B6 sized inserts, and my Jibun Techo for the full year, because this has weeks in it as well, right? And then the months. All of that fits in here, and like no overhang. Is this not a beast or what? I love it. And I wasn't expecting any of that to happen, but it turned out that way. So I'll close it for you. You can see that the way I have this in here, it kind of pulls a little bit. If I push it back, it doesn't, and it's just perfectly fine. But I like for it to sit closer to the edge, and that's why it kind of looks that way. But it's not really like causing any issues with the elastics or anything like that. And it's just a beast. I love it. I don't plan on keeping both of these in here, but if I wanted to, I certainly could, and that's kind of awesome. So let me take this out. In the back here, I added this little piece of vellum. This is by Tim Holtz, because I just have this like strip of pen testing page here, which is like not pretty to look at. So I added the vellum so I wouldn't have to look at it. I think that was the right thing to do. But again, this first half of the try, which is just a pocket and then like a full length pocket, I'm keeping my Filofax ruler in here. I think I'm going to buy one that is not bendy, because sometimes when I'm drawing lines with this, if I get to the edge, it bends on me and it goes crooked and I get sad. So I still keep it in here until I get a replacement, but I like that it's clear so I can see, you know, what I'm doing on the page. Like, it makes me happy. So I need to get another clear, solid ruler. This is I don't know, I think I got this paper from Cute Things from Japan. And it was like the kind that you can just like rip out. There was a bunch of them, and I laminated it, and I have some more sticky notes on the back. And again, I like to keep paper clips on here because it doesn't pinch the page because it's already laminated. I keep that back here, and I like that I can just like turn to the back and write my note because it's already sticking out. The same for the front. I can just open it up, and when this guy's here, I can just go ahead and write notes. I've tried to put sticky notes throughout my planner. I always forget where they are and I never use them. So I try to keep them in the front or in the back where I can see them. And then of course I just have some index cards in the back for when I'm outlining or I need to take notes for something. Now the other thing that's important to know is color variations. So the back is all one beautiful color and I love it. The inside is a little bit darker here. Let me see if I can fold it over like that. I know the lighting is just terrible, I'm sorry. But it's darker on the inside than it is on the outside. That is something that you need to know when we're talking about something that's not manufactured. You're gonna get variations. They're gonna try to get it as close as possible because I have definitely seen notebooks where I want exactly that color, exactly that kind of leather, and they try to do their best. But you know, if you don't want markings, like mine has a lot of natural markings, let them know, and I'm sure that they'll be able to accommodate you as best as they can. I don't mind it. I think it looks awesome, gives it character. Sometimes if I don't want markings, I definitely let people know. This is like a different piece of leather here, is a little bit lighter than this. It's kind of more this color. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Remember, again, this is the red velvet. It's so beautiful. But I like that it has different variations in color and in texture. Like this one has more natural markings. This is a little bit more smaller pebbling on the inside, but I like it. This pocket in the back is also very dark compared to the front. Stitching is very nice. For those of you who have never had a back pocket and you're wondering why there is this gap down here, they do that so that you can change your elastics out. If this was sewn across, you wouldn't be able to do that. And if you've had traveler's notebooks before, you know that the elastics, if you put a lot of weight on here, eventually they start to lose their elasticity and you're going to want to change them. Or if you want to change the color of elastics, it's important to be able to have this open so you can do that. So that's great. The only issue I really have is that it doesn't lay completely flat. There's like extra leather a little bit here. It's not a super issue because if you do push down like that, it will. This is a new notebook, so it's not going to stay open very well, but when you do open them, like they do lay flat in here, which is nice. Also with this guy, like he lays flat, so it's not a big deal for me. I think this is the first time they've ever tried this on a traveler's notebook because they did have a back pocket, but it was like on something else. I want to say it was like on a wallet. And so I was like, could you take that wallet configuration and put it on a traveler's notebook? So this is basically the first time I think that they've ever tried this before. So I think the more that they play with it and the more people want to have that back pocket, the more they'll figure it out on laying a little bit flatter. But I love it. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm so excited to use this. Again, I can't believe that it's big enough to fit not only what I wanted, which was the MD in here, but my Jibun Techo. That was like a beautiful surprise. If you're someone who wants it to be, you know, not as wide, let them know that. I'm sure they can accommodate you if you want it to be more true B6 slim. But I love that it fits everything in there. Like that was just the coolest thing ever. So very excited about that. Yeah, I will try to flash on the screen if I haven't already the email that I sent of what exactly I ordered, because this red, I don't know if they have more than one color of red, but it has like a name. It's like one of these is called like T8. I'm not sure if it's the elastic or the stitching, but I will definitely put it down below or flash it on the screen so you can see that. I'm really excited. This is what I'm going to be using for March as my everyday carry. I've always been using this as my everyday carry for 2020. I'm just adding in my vocabulary and my reading journal in here. These are two journals that I've kept, but I've kept them separately. I've had them in stuff like an MD notebook, but because I wanted to try it all out in one place, this is really great. I'm so excited. So let me know what you guys think down below. Thanks again to Apple Pig for reaching out and making me a custom. All right, my name is Celia. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.